I used to think it was just a funny little joke. Springtrap is basically the Huntress, but like more stabby. They both throw sharp objects. They both wear bunny ears, right? But the deeper I looked, the darker it got. Both of them are tied to lullabies. Both manipulate children. Both are by default rabbits. And both refuse to die, no matter how much you want them to. So now I can't sleep at night. And because misery loves company, I'm dragging you down this rabbit hole with me. A rabbit hole far darker and deeper than we ever thought possible. But before we go any further, a quick message from SeeNog's channel. Dear AAA Game Studios, please stop killing our games. Stop Killing Games is a consumer-driven movement pushing back against a shady practice you probably felt even if you didn't have a name for it. Ever heard that theory that your phone is secretly built to break after a few years just so you'll buy a new one? That's called planned obsolescence. Now imagine that, but for video games. And no, not just single-player games either. We're talking Fortnite, Warzone, Apex Legends, even Dead by Daylight, games you've spent time and money on that can just vanish. Servers shut down. Cosmetics gone. Your progress? Deleted. Stop Killing Games is saying, hey, we paid for this game in both time and hard-earned cash. We should still get to own this product even if you don't want to work on it anymore. Let the players preserve what they paid for. Their skins, their stats, their experience, instead of let it all rot in corporate crypt of no longer profitable. So what can you do about it? If you live in Europe, your signature could help push new laws. If you're in the UK, it could go to Parliament. If you're anywhere else in the world, you could still make noise, because pressure in one region can trigger global change. Visit stopkillinggames.com to learn more, sign the petition, or just yell in the digital void like the rest of us. Links in the description. Now that we addressed the corporate horror of losing your favorite games forever, let's get back to the other horror, the kind that throws sharp axes at children while wearing a rabbit mask. It's time to dissect the lore of our two bunny-shaped nightmares and figure out why they have way more in common than just long ears and bad intentions. We know her only as Anna. She grew up in a frozen, forested land somewhere deep in Russia. The only kind love Anna has ever known was that of her mother, kind and strong, a survivalist who taught Anna how to hunt, keep warm, and stay alive. Her mother made masks and toys, sang lullabies, and told her stories. That love came to a brutal end when a hunting mishap left Anna's mother mortally wounded by a wild elk. With her final breath, she sang Anna her favorite lullaby, one you probably know well if you've played Dead by Daylight. Баю, баюшки, баю, не ложись я на краю. Придет серенький волк, он тебя ухватит. This is a real Russian lullaby known as Bayushki Bayu, a warning to children not to sleep near the edge of the bed or else a wolf will come and drag them to the forest. Anna may have taken that to heart. As she grew, she became a hardened survivalist, and eventually, animals weren't enough. She craved something more, something maternal. So she began raiding villages, killing the adults and stealing the daughters, trying again and again to replicate the bond she once had. But she didn't know how to nurture. She tied up the girls, neglected them, watched them die. Then she took a memento from each child and did it all over again. Even as she fought soldiers in a war, Anna's thoughts drifted back to finding gifts for the girls. Girls who were doomed the moment Anna saw them. William Afton was a talented businessman and founded the Freddy Fazbear's franchise with his business partner, Henry Emily. Henry was skilled at putting together animatronics, while William had a gift for managing the business, entertaining guests, and satiating his desire for murder under the guise of a family-friendly entrepreneur. Henry and William designed all kinds of amazing animatronics: a singing bear, a rocking rabbit, a duck that loved to eat, and even a fox with a love of adventure. Over the years, Henry and Afton would attempt many restaurants under the Freddy Fazbear name, and while Henry was designing lifelike animatronics to entertain children, William saw a darker purpose for them. William used the animatronic, the games, and the allure of good food to lure in children and kill them. The souls of these children eventually found their way into possessing the same animatronics William hid their corpses in. William's motivation for the killings is not fully known, but widely speculated. On one hand, he had a desire to control life and death. On the other hand, he may have been on the verge of discovering immortality and needed more dying children to sustain his research. However, karma has a great sense of humor, as when the ghosts of the children rise and seek retribution, Afton panics and attempts to hide in a yellow rabbit spring-lock suit. This peculiar suit, with such sensitive springs, either the rapid movement in Afton's scared breaths or the moisture of his nervous sweat, caused the spring locks to violently snap into place, rupturing Afton from within, pulling him apart as the device was snapping into place. However, this would only be the first of many deaths. Afton's spirit would never know peace again from this point onward, often coming back in various forms of Springtrap or other animatronics, even a strange, maniacal yet cursed glitch in the Matrix out for blood. His soul was doomed to spend eternal suffering in the constant pain he inflicted on the children he abducted, the darkest pit of hell. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where fantasy and fun come to life. While visiting our family-friendly establishment, guests may experience animatronic performances, arcade thrills, and an immersive dining environment unlike any other. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for
power outages during your child's birthday song, animatronics staring into your soul, sudden fire in rooms that do not exist, lost time or alternate timeline duplication, disappearances, whether temporary or permanent, ectoplasmic residue in the soda fountains, unauthorized spiritual possession, suit-related compression injuries, the bite of 87, God, we moved on, why can't you people, or William Afton, under any circumstances, including his eventual rise from the grave.
Thank you for your continued patronage. So what did we learn? Both Anna and William are hunters, but for wildly different reasons. Anna hunted to survive, then to reclaim lost love. William hunted to kill, and possibly to live forever. Both fixated on children. Anna trying to recreate her lost childhood, and William treating children as resources for experimentation. William's obsession runs deeper, yes, but Anna does not get a pass just because the other rabbit did it better. And then there's the music and the animals. Anna cherished her mother's lullaby. She wore handmade masks and embraced nature despite its cruelty. William used songs, toys, and animal imagery to manipulate and deceive. Singing animals were his bait, but they were also his demise. How could these characters be so similar? Well, consider the rabbit in horror in general. It's not just a cute and cuddly animal, it's uncanny. The rabbit represents innocence corrupted, love twisted into obsession, and the cycle of life and rebirth turned violent. The rabbit becomes a mask for madness, for trauma, and predation. So yeah, the fact that both Anna and William are Dead by Daylight's resident rabbit killers, probably not just a random choice. From Donnie Darko to Silent Hill to Alice in Wonderland, we've long used rabbit imagery to explore dark psychological spaces. So maybe it's more than just, haha, funny rabbit throws sharp objects. How is it that both rabbit killers in the fog share eerily similar backstories and overlapping gameplay traits? Huntress is Dead by Daylight's first true projectile killer. Simple in concept. Hold the button, raise a hatchet, release to throw. When it hits, the survivors take a health state. Miss, reload at a locker. But experienced players know better, using hatchets up close, learning orbital shots, and even managing pressure through zoning. Add-ons can drastically shift her playstyle, from rapid-fire hatchets to status effects or even one-hit downs. Her iridescence especially shift risk and reward on holding on to her hatchets. And her lullaby is not just a creepy tune, it's a strategic audio cue. Survivors within range know she's close, and this can scare newer players into misplays. Springtrap throws a fire axe, slower, heavier, and shorter range than Huntress hatchet. It's not for sniping. It's more for about closing gaps. Hit a healthy survivor, and the axe embeds into their back. If William catches up, he can reclaim the axe and perform a brutal grab. No flashlight saves allowed. While holding the axe, Springtrap moves slower, but without it, he's a fast 115 speed killer. You're meant to toss it and pressure from angles, or deny usage of the nearby security cameras on the doors. Speaking of which, Springtrap's doors are map-wide traversal points used by both sides. Survivors can teleport or use cameras to spot him, but if William uses them right, surprise grabs, stealth approaches, and panic ensues. Both Anna and William have deep ties to their weapons. These weapons serve very distinct gameplay functions, even if at first glance they seem very similar. This uniqueness is also part of their charm that brings them together. Anna's hatchets were tools of survival and memory, trained into her by her mother, while William's fire axe became iconic thanks to community lore and the Living Tombstones music video, I Hope You Die in a Fire. Both powers are double-edged, helping and hurting them. Anna's lullaby warns survivors, but also adds psychological tension to the match. William's doors grant him map-wide access, but can be used to spy on him. You just don't know who's going to go through the door next. And despite the difference in tone, while survivalist versus corporate necromancer, they echo the same themes: manipulation, violence, innocence lost, and the eerie persistence of rabbit masks and horror. Two predators, two tragic backstories, two bunny ears, and one terrifying conclusion. Dead by Daylight did not just add another rabbit, it mirrored a nightmare. Wanderers, wanted to say a quick thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more weird and funny Dead by Daylight content. I really hope you enjoyed me spiraling into madness as I take the joke, Huntress and Springtrap being a little too similar, a little too far. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome rest of your evening.